Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here to do my February layout shares. I got a decent stack done and I'm excited to share with you. So this first one was created, it was a re-scrap, but using some of the supplies we got in our brown bag challenge for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. If you're not a part of that kit club, I highly recommend you look into it because every month we get to do a secret. It's a very private Facebook scrap party, and for this month, for example, we were given a brown bag full of goodies and we had to use it to create a layout, and so that's what some of this is. So really fun. Love this layout. I love this photo, and just documenting my daughter being Canadian. This one was using my January Secret Not Secret kit. It was obviously very focused on Bohemian Dream from Coco Vanilla Studio. Absolutely beautiful. These photos I was dying to scrap. Jackson went and stayed with my mom and dad for a couple days. It was the first time he's really been away from us longer than just overnight, and so it was, he had a great time and I knew he was in good hands. I was so happy when he came home, and that whole night I was just cuddling with him and just so happy he was home. And so we took a couple of selfies because that's just kind of what we do. Of course they were Snapchatted, and I had to document this because this was a really big step, and this is how I felt when he got home. I was like, you're home, I'm so excited. So I love, again, the way this turned out. It was really fun, just kind of playing around, using all the little bits from my kit, and I really love it. This one is the guest designer for February for Memory Lane scrapbook store. It's a cute little shop that if you haven't been to, you absolutely need to. And I got two collections that I'm working with, but one of them was to highlight the Valentine's collection from Cartabella, and it's super fun and playful. I took one of the pattern papers and kind of just folded it up and then did some stitching, did some layering with my photo, used the sticker, and then wrote my title, which is I Love You Loads. I thought that was pretty funny considering she's standing in front of the washing machine, and it is just kind of talking about how she loved to just stand there and watch the laundry go and go and go and go, and she's kind of just like her brother. He used to do that too, and I love this layout. I think it's fun and playful. I like the little bits that are all over, but the main detail, of course, is this pattern paper being folded and played around with. This one was for Spiegel Mom Scraps this month, and just highlighting the sequence in the frames. It was supposed to be about love and sequence, I believe, and so my point was to document how you could love a holiday versus a particular person or something. So it's how you love an event, and that was my kind of take on it. I really love it. Just kind of a mixture of product being used. There is a process video that you can check out if you're interested in seeing more of it. I also really love the way this one turned out. I played with some watercolors and these frames from Maggie Holmes. So it was really fun to play with, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This is from this year's How We Spent Our New Year's Eve. So that was really fun. And here's the other line I'm using for Memory Lane. It is the Good Vibes collection, and I'm telling you, I want to rename this collection Christy's collection because it is right up my alley. I love it. I've had so much fun playing with it, and I've loved everything I've created. So this is one of the very first ones I did. I highlighted how you could use ephemera to do some layering, did my title above my photo, and then to kind of mimic that, of course, I did a little fun banner up at the top. And I just really love it. And this is just kind of talking about how I took the time to get my hair cut. I do it once every 6 months. I kind of let it grow out, and then I get sick of it and I chop it off. And that's kind of what this is talking about. And I was also very privileged to be a guest designer for Cheeky Studios, which is Tuesday's Hubbard shop. And not Hubbard. I'm sorry, Tuesday. It's Tuesday's shop. And she has beautiful Valentine's Day collection that I asked to work with, and I took it and followed a sketch with it using the alpha that came with the kit, all the little pieces. There's one piece of pattern paper that's not from there, along with the little bag and this large piece. Everything else you could find within her shop for all the goodies. I love it. So much fun. I love this collection. These sequins are really beautiful too. So I did a lot of fussy cutting and playing, and I titled this Always and Forever, layering the always on top of the word forever. I thought that was kind of fun. And when I get a chance, I'm going to write some journaling about our relationship. So it's a pretty, this photo was actually taken at Christmas, but it was the closest one I had to being relevant to Valentine's that I had. So I just went with it. Here's one I have been dying to scrapbook, and I kind of lost it. Like, I had put it in a special place so that I was collecting all these moon and kind of solar things so that I could do it. I was ready to do it and I couldn't find my bag. So I found it, which was really exciting, and then I just kind of played. This is for the Lift and Sketch, the Lift version of Lift and Sketch from this month. This is a series I do with Rachel. And it was a really fun scrap lift, and I just kind of took, it was something where she had an element here, and then the main focal point was there. So I tried to do that. I didn't actually get anything up there, but I feel like with the way I layered my paper, it was okay. And then I tried to highlight this part, which is very similar to the original layout. And then I made a shaker moon, which I loved. I thought that was really fun and playful. And then, of course, that's the photo taken right at the moment that it happened. My view of it. This is what happened. It's really hard to see, but this is what the effect it took onto the ground. There was just little half sliver moons there, shadows. And then that photo right there is a selfie of me and the moon. So it was really, really fun, or the sun, I guess. It was fun to play with. I loved it. I added little pieces, lots of little gold, and I just really played, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. It was so much fun, and I'm so, so, so pleased to finally have this layout done and documented. This is my layout for Crafty Maven Getaway for the month, using the beautiful mood board that Hannah created, and I kind of pre-did a layout. So this is going to be about Nora's first birthday. She turns 1 on the 25th of March, so it's coming up really, really fast. And I took this really cute photo of her to showcase, to document her very early. She's just a couple of weeks old in that. And on her birthday, I'm going to take a photo of her. My assumption is I'll probably do one of her smash caking or something. And I'm going to just do a little like Instagram size, and it's just going to go over this easy as pie. And that's where the photo is going to hang out, and it's going to document the difference. And then there's this little fun tag so I can slip in my journaling without it being overpowering, and then I can add a little bit there too. So I love it. It was really fun to play with. It is a scrap lift of Crafty Maggie, who her original layout is absolutely amazing. You can hop onto my Instagram and I have it so you can compare. But I was completely inspired by her, and I love the way this turned out. I used a ton of stash. Everything is stash, basically. It was so much fun to play with. So again, very, very pleased with the way that turned out. This is for the sketch for Lift and Sketch, and I was also very pleased with the way this turned out. It was really fun. I was using my, you know what, this is my January Secret Not Secret kit. The Bohemian Dream was my November, so I'm sorry, I'm a little mixed up here. This is using Kaiser Craft Mint Wishes, which is just another kit from the Secret Not Secret kit, and I had so much fun. I did some stitching. It might be really hard to see, but I did do some white here, and then I did 2 colors of teal. And I wanted it to be very subtle, but I also wanted to be able to layer it so you could kind of see that there was stuff there. And it's documenting how my son would put on my gloves, which were way too big for him, and he would help me try to scrape off the ice. We had a bunch of frost this winter. We didn't get a lot of snow, about one dusting for a couple days, but nothing major like it was the year before. but he liked to help me. So Nora would be in the car, we'd get her all bundled up, I'd have the car started, warming up and whatever, and he'd come and he'd help me scrape off the window. And it was really sweet of him. And his jacket is green with navy, and then he's wearing a Canuck hat, which is a hockey team, just in case you didn't know. And it's gray and blue stripes, so I tried to pull that in. So I did have to pull in this piece of Amy Tangerine paper just for that pop of teal and this little bag, but everything else is from the beautiful collection. And here is my other layout. Oh, look what I forgot to do. Is my other layout for Memory Lane. I love this collection. I don't know how else to say it. And I've had a lot of people tell me that there's something about this collection that my style has just kind of transformed just a little bit, and they're really digging my new kind of transformation of style, which was like the most, like, if you're going to give someone a comment, that's the best comment you could give someone. Let them know, you know what, I've noticed a change in your style and I love it. It's just, it made my day. So if you were one of those 5 or so people that had said that, thank you. I really took that compliment to heart. That was really sweet. But here we go. I wanted to highlight the tags in the collection. Some of them are actually tags that came in the kit, or the collection, excuse me, and some of them are from a cut apart sheet that I cut apart, and then I added little bits and pieces to finish it off, and I turned my photo into a tag, which I love. This was taken the very last day of my mat leave before I went back to work. My first day back to work was the 5th of February, so I've been basically working for a month now, back into the groove of things, and everything is going really well. So that's what this is documenting, and again, I really, really love this. It's so much fun, so playful. If I could make this layout all the time, I probably would. So you are probably going to see me scrap lift myself with this, because playing with those tags was so much fun. And this one, I love this one. So, you know, a little wild. I'm not digging the orange color. I'm not an orange person when it comes to scrapbooking. But the point of this story is just so fantastic to me. It is documenting 9 reasons I will miss Jackson being a toddler. So I mentioned, and I've said this in the video, we had a hard time with Jackson as a toddler. He was not an easy toddler. But that being said, there's always good within the bad, right? I am loving the fact that he's 4. Being 4 for him right so far has been absolutely fantastic. It's just been amazing compared to him being a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. But there were things about him being that age that I still loved. And so I just documented 9 of them and just listed them all. This is a piece. The point of the Stash Bash for this month was to use a manufacturer that was out of print or out of date and create a layout with it. So this is the part that's part of the stash, and then the rest of my layout was created around it. And I like it, but again, like, I'm not big into these greens and these oranges, so I did have a hard time trying to kind of make it all come together. I think I did okay. I definitely, as you can see, tried to focus in on the teals and the pinks instead and just kind of ignored the rest of it. But I did the best I could. It's not maybe my favorite layout ever design-wise and color-wise, but it is definitely one of my favorite ones for the point of the story. And this is going to go into his album that documents, he gets 3 layouts a year to document his life. So his life in three layouts per year type thing. And this is going to go in there. So it's going to fit really, really well in that album. So I like it. I love these photos of him. They're very fun. They were taken in January before he had actually turned 4. So they were recent, but yet he was still a 3-year-old in them. So yeah, I was pleased with the way it turned out. I liked this idea, and I got a lot of people telling me like, oh my goodness, how have I never thought to do this? And I have to be honest, as I was creating this, I was talking to Daisy, and she's kind of doing a similar thing in a traveler's notebook for her children. And I'm like, Daisy, I kind of stole your idea and put it on a layout. So I'm going to give credit to Daisy, because I think that I probably was watching her and that somehow clicked in my mind to create this layout. So I want to give her credit, because I'm sure that's probably how that came about there. And my last layout for the month is my last, for the month. I will have 2 more using this collection in March, but this is my last one for February using the Good Vibes again. And I switched it up to do something a little bit more fun and whimsical compared to the first 2. So I took some really cute photos of my daughter. This is her very first swing ride. And so the title's kind of long. It goes #swing, best day ever. Well, kinda. So she liked it. She didn't hate it, but she didn't want to be in there for very long. After about 5 minutes, she started whining, which is what I talk about in the journaling. So it was just so different from Jackson's reaction to his first swing ride. He was squealing and having a great time. And she was kind of like, yep, I'm so over this. Please get me out. So I really wanted to document it. I had a lot of fun playing with the layers, using some more of the ephemera to build things up and just play, and doing some mixed media. So there you have it. That's everything I got done this month. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 layouts. Not too shabby. March is jam-packed with a lot of fun things. I have a new series coming out with one of my good friends, Scrappy Friends, and yeah, I hope to get a lot done and to share with you. Thanks everyone so much for watching and supporting me as always. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye!